Guys, so I wanted to talk today a little bit about Lament by Maggie Stiefvater. This isn't going to be a review because I never actually finished this book. I only got about 50 pages in and I had to put it down. I couldn't finish reading it. It wasn't for me, and don't let me sway you, don't let me tell you to not read it, because if you want to read it, please read it, because it got amazing reviews, and it was blurbed by Rochelle Mead, who's one of my favorite authors, so I thought that I would really love it. I thought that I would love it, but I didn't. Like I said, I never finished it though, so I don't know. But yeah. Anyways, I didn't finish it because I didn't like the interaction between the characters, between Deirdre and Luke. I just found it extremely unrealistic, especially considering that Luke, up until the beginning of this book, up until she actually met Luke, he was just a figment of her imagination. He was like a dream person. She met him in her dreams, and when she actually meets him in real life, she has no reaction to the fact that this boy who she's meeting in real life only exists in her dreams, and all of a sudden now he's real. She has no reaction to it. And then they just have a normal conversation, and they start hanging out and stuff, and she doesn't mention anything about it. And it was very unrealistic, and I did not like it. I like a little bit of, I don't mind unrealisticness in books. I know some people are very nitpicky about it, but this book I just couldn't, and I don't know why. I don't know why I didn't like it when there were so many good reviews for it. It's just, I don't know. But yeah, so sometimes I can't finish a book. Sometimes I just don't like a book and I put it down. But most of the times I'll put it down and say, oh, I'm gonna read it later. I don't like it now, but maybe later I'll pick it up and read it. But not with Lament. I'm just gonna have to put it down. Some books that I have previously not finished, but that I plan on reading again all the way through later on. Uglies by Scott Westerfeld. I started reading it, but just couldn't get into it. Yeah, and the other one, people are going to yell at me for, I think, Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I read the first chapter and didn't like it, so I never finished it, but that was 8 years ago. It was a long time ago, and I haven't picked it up since, and I need to, because I started reading it in 5th grade. It was when all the movie hype was going around, and my mom bought me Harry Potter, and she was like, oh, lots of people like this book. I thought you might like it too. And so I started reading it, and I was like, yeah, I don't really like it. And so I put it down. But like I said, that was a very long time ago, and I only read the first chapter. So I'm actually planning on reading the whole series. My friend and I want to read, I don't know if we're going to, but we want to read the whole series before the next movie comes out. It was her idea, because she says that she feels like she's missing out on all the Harry Potter stuff. I don't know. So she asked me, because she doesn't read a lot, so she asked me to read it with her. But she started Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone many, many months ago, and she's still on chapter 2. Whenever I ask her, how far are you, chapter 2, which pretty much means she's on sentence 1 of chapter 2. She hasn't gotten past the first chapter either. So, yeah, I'm not sure how this is gonna go. We're gonna finish the series in 10 years. Yeah. Anyways. And then there's other books that I would just put down, Lament, and said, I can't finish. I can't. Yeah, I think, I'm on Goodreads right now looking, Tempted, the House of Night book, number 6. I couldn't. I know a lot of people love that series. I liked it at first. I loved it at first, actually. I loved Marked. I think the series started off with, a lot of potential to be really good, but like, Zoe, she kept switching love interests, and it was like, oh my gosh, just pick one. And by the end of whatever number 5 was, the book, I forget, I hated all of the love interests. I'm like, you know what, I don't care about the series anymore. So I put it down, and I actually gave away all of my House of Night books, and yeah. And then the other book that I couldn't finish was Nightfall. The Vampire Diaries, The Return #1. This is part of the new Vampire Diaries series. I think that Vampire Diaries, the series, should have just been left with Dark Reunion. I think it's called Dark Reunion. Dark Reunion. I think that's what it's called. The last one that was written like 20 years ago. I think it should have just been like left there and just stopped. I think they asked L.J. Smith to write new books because of the TV show, because of its popularity, and so they would sell more books. But I tried reading Nightfall, and it doesn't correspond at all with the old books. It doesn't match up, and it frustrated me so much, and it's just, ugh. I know a lot of people also didn't like that book either, so I didn't feel as bad about not liking that book, but yeah. So, I mean, do you guys ever not finish a book? Or, I know a lot of people, whenever they start a book, they have to finish the book. They have to, but I'm just not one of those people. I can't force myself to read. So, I mean, what do you guys do? If you start a book and you don't like it, do you keep reading it? Do you keep going? Or do you put it down intending to read it later? Or do you just put it down and not ever pick it up at all? Like, what do you guys do? So, yeah, that's my video. So, bye.